let's learn Verus. In this video, we're going to start mining and staking on the Verus testnet. And then we're going to register an identity. We're going to register the commit the name, and then we're going to register the identity using the Verus Desktop GUI wallet. All right, so let's get started. Here we are on the wallet tab right here in our Verus Desktop wallet. So to start mining and staking, we're going to click the mining tab over here at the top. We are already running the Verus testnet chain. It's all synced up, and now we're going to start mining and staking. So we're going to scroll down. If it's not open yet for you, maybe one of these tabs needs to get opened. So once it's opened up for you, you have a bit more of a view. For mining, we're going to scroll down here, and we're going to choose the number of threads. In this case, for Verus testnet, we're just going to choose one thread. And there we go. Now we've started mining and staking. And then soon we're going to see what the hash power is and some estimated earnings. Okay. The next step is for staking. We're going to come up here and just click this staking button right there. And we've begun staking. Now, if it's the first time that we're staking a UTXO, we need to wait 150 blocks. And also, every time that a UTXO stakes, then like hits a block, it needs to mature for another 150 blocks after that. So it's ineligible for a stake, another stake for 150 blocks after it hits a block. And that's it. Now you are solo mining and solo staking on Verus testnet in this case, but the same applies for the Verus mainnet and also any PBaaS chain. You're solo mining and staking from the Verus Desktop GUI wallet. And just as a reminder, in order to keep staking and in order to keep mining, you are running a node. Therefore, you need to keep the wallet running. If you log out, then you will stop mining and staking in this solo mining and staking. If you're using a pool, that's another story, and those are other videos. You can check those out. There are various channels and other places you can find out more. All right, now to the main event. Let us go register a name and then register that identity. First, we need to commit the name. Let's go to the Verus ID tab here. Then we need to commit a name. So we're going to click commit name. We're going to reserve a name. So the name that we're going to reserve here is mom. And the capitalization doesn't matter. It's not case sensitive. If somebody wants to send to mom at, it doesn't matter the capitalization. It just has to do with how it displays. It's just how it displays. So we'll have a capital M there, but it doesn't matter. Now, in terms of characters that are not acceptable here, you can use any character except these characters right here. And I would encourage you to check out craigslist.hop2.org if you want to know a bunch of stuff about Verus IDs on the mainnet. You can see recent IDs that are registered, and yeah, it's a great place to check things out. And there's more information here too if you scroll around. Okay, shout outs to Craighorn. Now, just as a reminder, these are the characters that you cannot use in an ID name. Everything else, including emojis, as you see here, everything else is possible. Okay, so let's go back to the Verus desktop. We're going to register mom at. First, we need to commit the name, and that doesn't mean we have the ID yet. Now, we're going to use a referral with Verus. There are 3 levels of referral, and if you use a referral, you get a bit of a discount. So to start with, each Verus ID costs 100. In this case, Verus test. And on mainnet, it would be 100 VRSC. If we use a referral, that gives us a discount of 20 Verus, so we would only have to pay 80 Verus. And as you might imagine, if we own the referrals that we're using as referrals, then those referrals will get the Verus that they earn from being a referral. And so if you have 3 referrals in the chain, you effectively cut the cost of a Verus ID down to 20 Verus, or in this case 20 Verus test. But right now we don't have, we're not holding any IDs, so we can't earn any of the referral fees. However, we can get a discount by using a referral. And so in this case, we're going to use oink at for our referral. And it is optional. You don't have to have a referral. That'll just cost 100 Verus, or in this case, Verus test. All right. So that's it. We've put in our name, mom, at. You don't have to add the at. It's already in there. Okay. Just add the name. And if you want to choose a primary address that you already have to control the ID, then you can do that. Or if you leave it blank, then a new one will be generated. And so we'll just leave it blank, let a new one generate. If if you want to be more specific with like with which primary address controls it, then you would put that in yourself. Now, if you want to learn more about Verus IDs and what the different authorities are, the primary authority, the revoke authority, and recover authority, we will learn more about that as we go along, and there are lots of written materials that you can check out to learn more about that. So here we go. We're going to continue. Press continue, and here's the information. We're gonna commit the name mom, and our referral is to oink at. So we're going to continue. Boom. There you go. Done. Click done. And now we're pending. We're waiting for confirmation for the name to be committed. And once the name is committed, it doesn't mean we own it. We still need to register that name into the chain, and then we'll own it. And the Verus IDs are self-sovereign. So once you pay the fees for the name, then it's yours. You own it. You don't have to rent it. You don't have to pay a renewal fee or anything like that. Now, when we're going to be registering the name, we might want to also include a private address. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is go here and copy a private address. So we're going to we went to the wallet tab here, and we're going to come to the private side here, click receive. There's already a private address here, so I think we're fine. We're just going to use that one. If not, we could create a new private address. Let's just keep it as it is. Click this copy here. Close that. And come back to the Verus ID. It's still pending. I'm going to go to the mining tab. That way I can watch when the last block was mined, and then I'll know when it might be ready. So if it's not ready just yet, sometimes the GUI has a bit of a delay. If it's not ready yet, then it'll be ready by the time the next block is mined or staked. So we just have to wait for that. That's it for now. We're just committing the name, and now we're just waiting. And we've got our private address that we're going to use in the name registration, but we're not going to have a revoke or recovery authority yet. That'll be for a future video. In this one, we're just setting up our first ID, and yeah, sometimes it takes. Well, it just depends on the block confirmations, and as soon as the next block is hit, then we should have the ID ready to go. In the meantime, there's so many other things to do, but we're just gonna chill out here and wait. Let's just watch. See, sometimes it might take 10 or 15 minutes, but that's rare. Usually within oh, there you go. Here it goes. 0 minutes ago, we got a block. Let's check our Verus ID. This should update at any moment now, and then we'll be able to move on to the next step. Yeah, this Verus Desktop GUI makes everything so much easier. It's quite thorough, and if you want to be a bit more precise with your activities on the chain, then you just come over to the settings and you go to the coin settings and you use the native terminal. And even for things like registering identities, you can choose which address the funds come from, including a private address. So you can really, Verus is truth and privacy for all. And so, you can even register your IDs and have the funds come from private address Anyway, okay. Well, we're just using the buttons in the GUI here, and now we're ready to create the Verus ID for the name mom at. So we click Create ID. We do not have a revocation nor a recovery ID yet. So instead, we're going to click Self, meaning that mom at is going to be just the revocation and recovery ID, which basically means there is no revocation or recovery ID. And then we're going to enter that private address. And so we only have the one. We could click it there, but we copied it. So we're just going to press copy. Oops, we're going to press paste, not copy. Paste. And then we pasted it in. And we're going to click continue. Everything is ready to go. Remember to click self so that you have the field populated. And if you do, well, next time we're going to have a revocation and recovery authority, because we'll have mom at, and we'll use that for the next time we do an ID. Okay, here we're going to click continue. See how it costs 80 VRSC test. Now Oink is going to receive 20 VRSC tests because he was our referral. And that's it. So here we press continue. Yeah, all the information is there. I guess just to notice, the referral here is an I address. This is Oink at. And the Verus IDs, they are basically, they're an index on the chain associated to an I address. And that's what these are. Okay, cool. And then the primary address, the controlling address, is an R address. It's a transparent address on Verus. And then you can have recovery, revoke authority and recover authority. But in this case, it's just the self, the same name as the ID. Okay, there's our private address, and we can continue. And now we are done. We've got more information. Transaction ID is done. Okay. Oh, it's already used. That was fast. Normally, it takes a bit of time for the, again, just like with the commitment, it doesn't necessarily happen right away. That was a bit of a fluke, just because we clicked done and it immediately populated. It immediately processed it. Sometimes it takes, whatever amount of time it takes for the next block to be hit. Okay. Now you can see our staking has changed as well, because some of the funds in the UTXO we used had to be used to spend for the ID, and so the UTXOs have changed now, and that for that reason it's going to need to mature for 150 blocks for the UTXO that was used to spend for the ID. Okay, well, there we go. We go back to the Verus ID tab. Mom is used. We're going to untrack the name commitment. We don't need to have this showing up here right now. Get rid of that. Click untrack. Here's our ID. Mom at can spend. We'll go through some more of the features once we have some revoke and recover authorities, and we can update the IDs. So here we're going to open mom at, and within the ID itself, we have more stuff. So now we're at the Verus ID, and we're at the Verus testnet. If we had PBAS chains, we would have the option to choose which chain we're on for the Verus ID tab. And then we have here the identity. If we have more than one ID, we'll have the drop down of all of our IDs. And then mom at doesn't hold any of these currencies actually. As you can see, we're on VRSC test, but if we choose KMD, of which is showing we have over 1,000, when we click it, well, mom at doesn't have any KMD in the the I address that represents mom at. Instead, the KMD is in another R address in this wallet. Okay, I guess that's about it for now. Other than the other stuff, well, yeah, we didn't set up the vault yet. We'll do that after. It's like a time lock, so that'll be cool. And then, we can update the ID if we want to add a revoke or recovery ID, or to change the primary address. Here we click update. We could change the primary address. We could change the revoke and or the recovery ID and or the Z address, the private address. So we can change any or all of the information. It's a very easy way to transfer an ID to somebody. If they give you their R address, you just update the R address with theirs, and then you press continue. And anyway, then they're gonna own the ID if they're controlling the R address that you update it to. And if it'll show up in their wallet, and it will be gone from your wallet once the transaction is processed and confirmed in the chain. So that's the update button, and you can see that the ID is active as of block 30318. And then we have some info about the ID that we've seen before. But if we come into here, we also have a way to get to the on-chain marketplace. So in the info, you have all the info of the ID, as you can see here. And then you can also go into the on-chain marketplace through the offers. You can see if there are any offers. And since you also have this opportunity to make an offer, you can click make offer to either sell or buy an identity or funds. But in this case, it's an identity. And so let's say you want to sell mom at, it's right here, identity, mom at, but you can't change that. And then if we want to sell it for another identity, we could do that. Let's say we wanted to trade mom at for oink at, and then we would give the change address, because this involves UTXOs. And so where would the change go for the transaction, and then the receiving address, where would oink at, where would that go, which R address would control it in the wallet. And we'd be, of course, getting rid of mom at, that would be going to oink at. And then there would be an expiry height, because this is an offer on chain, and it doesn't last forever, and so it'll last till whatever expiry height you want to put. You could put an expiry height way down the future, or you can put it very soon after the current block, whatever works for you. Okay, that is it for the making of the offer. If instead of trading an ID for another ID, we want to trade it for a currency, like we want to sell mom at for some VRSC test, well, we could trade it for a whole bunch of different currencies on Verus. Let's say we just feel like getting some VRSC test for it, and we want, let's say, 400 VRSC test for mom at. And so we make that offer. Again, you choose a change address, an expiry height, let's say like block 40,000. So if nobody takes the offer by block 40,000, then it will expire, and then we can make the offer again, or not at all. And then again, the receiving address, in this case, it's the address where we could receive it at a private address. So I mean, this Verus beautiful architecture feels so seamless. Like, you want transparent address, private address. It's right there, and the GUI, the GUI, just a lot of praise for the GUI developers or developer. you know who you are. It's quite special. So good work. And yeah, that's it. You get the receiving address, and that's where we're going to receive the 400 VRSC test if somebody accepts the offer. Somebody accepts the offer. Okay, I think that's it. We're done. I'm not going to actually put in the offer, because I would like to use mom as a referral, and then use mom also as a revoke and recovery ID. So let's close this for now. There we are, and that's it. I'm going to be done for now. Let's go back to VRSC test as the currency showing. And let's go back to the wallet. And the last thing we'll do is we will send some funds to mom at. So here we're going to send from the transparent balance. We're going to send to mom at. So we just type mom at. Remember, it's not case sensitive. So even though it's a lowercase m, it's fine. Mom at. And the send amount, we're going to send, let's send 3 Verus test. There we go. Continue and send. Done. All right. Next time on the next video, mom at should have 3 Verus test, and we will go from there. We'll make a new ID and set mom at as the revoke and recover ID, and we'll see what else we stumble upon in this Verus Desktop GUI. Okay. Hope that you've enjoyed this video. I hope it's been helpful to you. Until next time, have fun. Enjoy. Try the testnet. Join the Discord. And learn Verus. Okay. Bye for now.